They'll just give it to Peoples. Hey, that's not a bad decision. Camerun Peoples. Touchdown, App State. Peoples. This is Peoples. Again going to the house.
Touchdown.
This time 62 yards.
Here is a run out the clock situation.
What is going on, everybody? I'm Alex Wober from Run Out the Clock, and today we have a special episode featuring record-breaking Appalachian State University running back Camerun Peoples. He joined me today to talk about this upcoming season, his transition from his injury his freshman year, and what fans and the community of Appalachian State can expect this next season. Now, also upcoming this Friday, we've got Brendan Aaronson coming on the show, Red Bull Salzburg center mid. He's going to be talking to me about his transition from the MLS to the Austrian Bundesliga. It's going to be a really fun show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the notifications on if you haven't yet. It's going to be a fun week for Run Out the Clock fans, so make sure to stick around. But other than that, let's hop right into the video. This is Cam Peoples, running back for Appalachian State University, a record breaker now for the university. How are you doing, Cam?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome, man. Let's go ahead and jump right into these questions. A lot of people at the university are excited that you're coming on the show. First off, your redshirt freshman season, you tore your ACL, but the first game back that you played, you had 102 rushing yards and a touchdown. So just tell me about that journey and how it was to work back from that injury.
It was a process. I mean, going from watching on the sidelines, watching on TV, having that eagerness and that readiness to play, I think it drove me to get better as fast as possible. I attacked the training process. It was hard going into that COVID and all that, not being away from the trainers, having to go home and just kind of stay dedicated to my work of, getting it back to where it needs to be, being at home, being on my own, doing things, making sure that I'm getting up and working out and doing some home workouts and using whatever I could to, whatever I had that was available back home in Bama versus here, I think it just made me even hungrier and ready to get on the field. And the first game, it was just a surreal moment to go out there and be able to perform the way I did. And I think it stood like it just was a showcase of all the work that I had put into it going into the year.
Absolutely. And we saw a lot of that hard work pay off this last season. You had 1,000 yards rushing, you had 12 rushing touchdowns. So you definitely came back and prospered from that injury. And we saw your tenacity on the field and your work ethic was just incredible to watch. Going back off of last season, how you had that 1,000-yard season, tell me why that the running back group was so successful and how will it look this season with you, Nate, and, newly transferred Jameer Smith from Notre Dame and a couple others in the backfield?
I think the one thing about the running back room is the chemistry. We all support each other. We all get along greatly. And I feel like that's not the case everywhere. You got some guys who might want more reps or might, want to do something different. But I think we all piggyback off each other's success. When one is doing good, it just fuels the fire for the next guy to go in and do his job. And one thing that our coaches also, drive and instill in us is, next man up mentality. So we all prepare as we're a starter, no matter if you're third string, second string, you have to prepare like you're going to be the main guy out there. If a guy goes down, which was the case this season, another guy has to step up and I was the one who had that opportunity. Nate Noel had the opportunity when it was just me and Marcus and me and Nate, having to take the load. And I think we all was prepared. We was all ready. And it's just something that we weren't discomforted when we got on the field. We kind of knew what the situation was, what it was whenever we was ready to go out there. And, I think that's a big part in our success as a team and especially as a running back room.
Absolutely. And I mentioned Jameer Smith. Have you had a chance to work with him at all yet this offseason, or have you had a chance to kind of communicate with him a little bit?
Currently I haven't had the chance to, talk to him. Not yet anyway. I have followed him on uh Instagram and all, been kind of seeing what he's about. But I haven't got the chance to reach out to him yet. Been meaning to actually. I'm probably gonna reach out to him soon now that you say that, because I want to, kind of just, give him a good welcome. Let him know that, he's one of us now, the No Limit Soldiers. It's gonna be nice having that a guy of his caliber join us.
Speaking of your 1,000-yard season, tell me about the moment you found out that you had the record for most FBS yards in a game, and you tied the record for touchdowns in a game.
It was actually funny because a guy from the stands at the Myrtle Beach Bowl was he was trying to get my attention. So he was like, "Yo, hey, Cam," and I looked up. He was like, "Hey, man, you're like 10, 11 yards away from the record of most rushing yards in the game or something." I was like, "Really? Okay." So and I think they had informed my coaches and all that. So they they told me to they was like, "Yeah, you're gonna go in one more series and all that." And I went out. I think we got a flag on the first one, and I was like, "Goodness gracious!" So had to make something happen. Tear it off piece by piece. Wasn't really looking for a big, a big run. I had already had like 3 or 4 at the time, so I really wasn't looking for a big run. I was kind of looking for like a 4 or 5 yards a pop. I have it in like 10 yards, and ended up getting it. Came out. It was fourth down. Ended up coming out. And it was just like a man. I just set a record. And the touchdown thing, I was just honestly, I don't even know. I was just scoring, and my coaches wouldn't take me out. It's like, you're gonna keep going. You're gonna go in there. You're gonna score again. Coach Clark literally, like, I think it was after the fourth touchdown. And I was like, because I knew that I got 1,000 yards after the third touchdown when I scored in the south end zone, because I had a need, and I was like, thanking God for it and all. And I knew I had 1,000 yards then. And then after the fourth touchdown in the fourth quarter, it was like, I was like, "All right, coach, I think I'm done." He's like, "Nah, man, you got one more, and you're gonna get this." So we went back out there, got touchdown number 5, and went back out there one more series, got the rushing record and all that. And I think my coaches had a big part to do with that too. Keeping me out there.
So just to wrap it up, the team's going to look a little bit different this season. A couple of your old teammates are going to be entering the NFL draft. You're going to have a new, quarterback. You're going to have some different people on the offensive line. Tell me what the fans and the community can expect for this next season.
A lot of excitement, a lot of raw talent, a lot of big plays from an offensive standpoint, and I mean defense as well, because defense is stacked, offense is stacked with lots and lots of talent. So I would expect, as a fan, not one game will be boring. Everything will be exciting. We got Coach Ponce back, and the offense is looking really well. Got Corey Sutton back. T. Henny's gonna be full healthy. Jalen Virgil, all those guys coming back, and then Chase Bryce and Tanner Wilson and all those guys at the quarterback spot. They're doing great right now, and I think it's just gonna be a very exciting and fun opportunity for every App fan in Boone and the App fans at anywhere around the country.
That sounds awesome, Cam. I can't wait for this next season. I saw you guys did the schedule video that was uploaded the other day. That was really cool to see. The schedule for next season is going to be pretty awesome. I mean, you got ECU,
Yeah.
you got at Miami playing at the Hard Rock Stadium, you got Marshall again. So it's going to be pretty entertaining. Like you said, I don't think one game is going to be boring at all. These are some questions that some fans had for you. I didn't show you any of these questions yet. But I'm going to go ahead and there's only 2 of them. I'm going to pop one off to you. Somebody wanted to know, what's your reaction to getting Louisiana Lafayette and Coastal Carolina back-to-back this season after you guys had a little bit of a tough time against them last year?
I think it's just another opportunity, honestly. I don't really look at it as too much of a rivalry. But it's definitely definitely left a bad taste in your mouth losing games where you know you could have won them. But I'm very excited for the opportunity for another rematch, especially getting Coastal at home. I think that'll be a lot better, and it's definitely gonna go a lot different this time around.
Like I said before, we'll have some more fans in the stadium, especially for the Coastal Carolina game. I think that will be really exciting. And just one last question. This is an interesting one. I like. What were the main changes from the transition of Drinkwitz to Sean Clark?
From a player standpoint, kind of looking at it is with Drinkwitz, it was almost like a business like thing. Like we moved and we did things like almost like we're preparing like in the NFL type, And with Sean Clark, with Coach Clark, I think it was when we got him, it was like we getting somebody who bleeds black and yellow at blood all day. And with Drink we didn't have that. With Drink it was more of a he's here to get he's gonna do what he has to do. And Coach Clark is like that guy like we all kind of looked to, and he was like, man, that he's gonna do anything for us. And it's just like I think it built way more chemistry, and we were all excited for Coach Clark. And from a playing standpoint, the offense really didn't change much. We still kept a few things that we had, but we kind of reverted back to the offense we had my freshman year we was here, and just kind of added a few wrinkles to it.
Well, Cam, I appreciate you coming on, man. That was really great that you came on and talked to us about a lot of this stuff. A lot of the fans and students here at Appalachian State are going to appreciate these words you gave me today, and they're definitely going to look forward to this season. I'm sure they're going to be excited and hype about these games. Thank you, Cam, so much.
And thank you for having me.
Cam Peoples was such a great guest coming on the show to talk to me about Appalachian State football and a lot of his stuff that's gone throughout his career. This is going to be it for me here on Run Out the Clock, but don't forget, this Friday, U.S. men's national team player and Red Bull Salzburg center mid, Brendan Aaronson, will be on the show. But other than that, this is Run Out the Clock.